34 big beads and 55 small beads. How many beads? We know one of our parts is 34, which is a number, and big beads, which is the object. Then we have our second part, which is 55, which is the number, and small beads, which is the object. But what's really important is to look at that vocabulary word and, because that's a hint that Gus the Plus is going to be bringing two parts together. And here they're asking how many beads. They don't want you to compare the different sizes of beads, the different colors of beads, but they want you to bring all the beads that you have collected and see how many beads are in all. So to do this, we're going to look at our two parts. Our first part is 34, and we know that 34 is made up of 3 groups of 10 and 4 ones. So we have our 3 groups of 10, 30, and our 4 ones, which makes 34. Then we have our second part, which is 55, and 55 has how many tens? Look at your tens place. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 groups of 10 and 5 ones. Next, we are going to add our tens together. So let's add our tens. We know 5 is bigger than 3, so we start with 5 and count on. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. I know that I have 8 groups of 10, and 8 groups of 10 makes which number? 80. Yeah, 8 groups of 10 is 80. Then I'm going to add my ones together, and I know that 5 is bigger than this number, so I'm going to start with 5 and then count on 4 times. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have 9 ones all together. So if I have 8 groups of 10 and 9 ones, I make the number 89. The next part of the problem says 47 brown cows and 12 black cows. How many cows in all? One of my parts is 47, which is the number 47, and brown cows is the object. The next part is our 12 is the number, black cows is the object, and they use the word and in all. So 2 words that give us a hint that we're going to be bringing our 2 parts together to find the whole. We're going to be using addition, Gus the Plus, to find out how many cows. We're not comparing the different types of cows. We are bringing all our cows. How many are there? So to do this, we're going to be breaking down our numbers. We're going to be breaking down our numbers into tens and ones. So when I look at the number 47, I know 47 has 4 groups of 10, which makes the number 40. But I also want to make sure I include my ones, so I'm going to write my 7 ones in the box, because there's 7 ones and 47. 47 might have 4 groups of 10, which makes 40. But we also want to make sure we include the 7, because 47 and 40 are still 2 different numbers. Next, I'm going to look at my second part, which is 12. And I know that 12 has 2 ones, but how many groups of 10 in the number 12? How many groups of 10? If you said 1, you're right. So 1 group of 10, if we write 1 10, that makes the number 10. I'm going to write the number 10. Then I'm going to add my 10s together and then my 1s together. So when I look at 40 plus 10 makes what number? What is 40 plus 10? 40 plus 10. Let's look at our 100 chart. 40 and 10 more, I'm going to look below, makes 50. And then I have my 7 plus my 2 ones. 7 plus 2 more. 1, 2 makes 9. And then when I bring my 2 parts together, 50 plus 9 more. 50 plus 9 more. I have 5 in my 10s place. 9 in my 1s place. Which makes the number 59. So I have 59 cows in all. 59 cows in all. The next question says 17 green pencils and 21 yellow pencils. How many pencils? I know that 17 is my number. Green pencils is the object. Then I have 21, which is my number, and yellow pencils, which is the object. They use the word and. So we know at the fact that they're asking how many pencils, they want you to bring both parts together to find your whole number. So 17 is one of my parts and 21 is my other part. But we have to bring these numbers together to find our whole number. One way to do this is to take your number and find out how many 10s, how many 1s. So when I look at the number 17, how many groups of 10 are in the number 17? 1. There's one group of 10. You know by looking at your 10s place that there is one group of 10. And how many 1s in the number 17? How many 1s? There are 7. So I'm going to write the number 7. One group of 10, 7 1s makes the number 17. Now our second number is 21. So I'm going to write that number, that part, 21, into my number bond. Then when I look at the number 21, how many groups of 10 in the number 21? How many groups of 10? Look at your 10s place. Look at your 10s place. There are 2 groups of 10. And I know if I have 2 groups of 10, 2 groups of 10 makes the number 20. And how many 1s in the number 21? How many 1s in the number 21? If you said 1, you are right. So I'm going to write the number 1. Then I need to add my 10s together. So if I have 20 and I want to add one more group, I want to add those 2 groups together. I'm going to add one more to 20 because that's 10 plus 10. 20 plus 10 is 30, just like here. 30. We have 2 groups of 10 plus one more group of 10 has 3 groups of 10, which makes the number 30. So I'm going to write a 3 in my 10s place because we want to make sure we're adding our 10s together and then our 1s together. So then I'm going to look at my ones place. 7 plus 1 more makes what number? If I look at 7, 7 plus 1 more is 8. So I have 8 ones, which makes the number 38.